Brian 𝙃𝘀𝙀 addressed the media, and not just him saying, we're good enough, we're smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like us, which is basically what he said about the defensive line and the wide receivers. No, this is about the offensive line. And Gabe, walk our loyal listeners through who we now believe will be the starting offensive line for your Green Bay Packers in 2025.
Well, I mean, it kind of depends. Is Jordan Morgan going to beat out Rasheed Walker? I still think that Walker is going to be your starter at left tackle because Jordan Morgan didn't show me enough last year that he could actually unseat him. He's going to compete. But here's the thing with Rasheed Walker. Every competition he's found himself in, he's won. He continues to find himself out there. So Walker at left tackle. Left guard will be now I'm blanking.
Aaron Banks.
Yep, Aaron Banks.
Yeah.
And then you slide over Elton Jenkins. We know he's going to be center. Sean Ryan at right guard and Zach Tom at right tackle.
That's a top. It's inside the top 10.
Yeah.
Could be top 5 offensive line, which is luscious. See, I still don't see them doing that without a pivot, though.
What do you mean?
How philosophically on how they run the offense.
Okay, talk me through
Because
it.
everyone wanted a receiver, right? And then you run your same stuff. Receivers are the same, kind of expecting the same. I mean, Watson would be better than Hardman, right?
Yes, as an offensive contributor.
Yes.
Again, McCole Hardman had 100 yards receiving last year.
So I think the pivot is going to be, like I said, that's going to be a very good offensive line. Probably more 2 tight end sets, heavy run, play action, and add that as a bigger package than it has been in the past, which would be my guess.
Yeah, especially with Watson out.
Watson out,
it
yes.
eliminates, going more 2 tight ends.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need to have 3 wide receivers on the field. If we've got 2 tight ends, we just need 2 of those guys, and it kind of helps deal with any sort of depth issue you think they have at wide receiver.
Do you guys think they're, because it's a copycat league, do you think they're trying to copy Philly?
How so?
Good offensive line.
Okay.
Quarterback is nice. Is that fine? Or is that like dainty?
Nice is fine. Keep
Nice
going.
is fine. Running back, stud. I mean, Saquon's a little bit better than
Josh
Jacobs. And then you lag in the receiver department a little bit.
They've got better
Problem is,
receivers than we do.
That's what I'm saying.
Like light years ahead.
But, I mean, if he surprises us and takes a receiver in the first round, because I was looking.
I don't know, Gabe. It's not like any of their receivers won the Heisman or anything like that.
But I was looking at the rookie receivers last year, and some of them had pretty big years.
Yeah. Wide receiver is one of those positions where you can come in and make an impact right away.
You just got to pick the right one.
Yes.
So I think that'll be the pivot. I think they're doing, which is fine. We copied stuff all the time. Nothing wrong with copying.
Let's hear from Brian 𝙃𝘀𝙀 yesterday, who was talking about some of the movement that you will see on the offensive line for your Green Bay Packers.
Plenty of conversations with Elton leading up to it, and obviously, he played center in college. We feel he's got a chance to be an all-pro center. You guys, we've talked about a lot how versatility plays into our offensive line, and having guys that can move to different spots, and Elton's one of those guys that can play all 5 spots. So he's a luxury, but I think I'm excited to see what he can do at center as well.
And look, we know that the Packers value versatility on the offensive line, but it wasn't that long ago, guys, maybe a year, that we were hearing about Zach Tom being a potential future center on this team. What happened there? Zach Tom said, no, thank you. And then they were like, all right, well, we'll just go to the next guy.
Right tackle's more
We get
important.
paid
I can
more.
tell you exactly what happened. He shut down T.J. Watt completely, and they said, yeah, we'll keep him out there.
Yeah.
I think he'll
Well,
do
it's actually
pretty good.
working for us pretty well, the way that we've currently got it going. So there will be you don't expect any other movement, right? I'm not wrong that it was a year ago
Yes,
that we were
correct.
talking about
Rob
Zach
said
Tom.
Could Morgan take over for Sean Ryan?
Yes.
I think that's possible. He could take over Sean Ryan at right guard. They both Goody and Matt LaFleur then today saying that Jordan Morgan's going to get an opportunity at left tackle.
What do we give Morgan a grade for his first year? Kind of feels incomplete.
Incomplete.
Yeah.
I couldn't even give him a grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the injuries. I mean, he was the best thing you can say about him is he's one of the 6 they trusted. They trusted him when they put him out on the field.
Still need one more?
Yeah.
I don't think any of those other guys can play.
If you
Based
look at-
upon what I saw in Philly.
Yeah. If you look at their top 30 visits, they've had in guys who are mid to late round guys come in and do the top 30 visits.
Yeah.
So it would indicate to me they're going to add depth. They're not going to prioritize it unless, obviously, one of those guys falls.
So to spin forward what you're saying, Joshy, the people who have said that maybe with their first pick, the Packers would go offensive line, that feels now unlikely. Can we remove offensive line from the potential positions that the Green Bay Packers would address with their first overall pick?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
If there's a tackle that falls, 𝘃𝘃's going to jump all over that. They basically advertised that they're looking for a replacement for Rasheed Walker. They basically came up to the microphones and said, we're not giving Rasheed Walker a contract extension. We're looking for a left tackle of the future. And if a tackle falls to them at 23, 𝘃𝘃 is going to
I'll be pissed.
Sprint
I'll be
to hand in his card.
It'll be a fun next day of work, let me tell you. I'll light him up like a tree.
Why?
Christmas. Because it's stupid. You're overloading one position where there's deficiencies, big deficiencies in others. And like I said, offensive line is 4 on the list. 4. Just look what we did it with. Just look.
Yeah.
And I know the game's different. You're overloading one position and neglecting another.
But they're going to, again, if they're letting Rasheed Walker walk away at the end of the year, who knows what happens with Sean Ryan? Like, you got to look forward, too. It's not just about 2025. It's, okay, offensive line's going to be at the top of the list in 2026. And if there's, again, I think that most people are saying in this draft, there's maybe 15, 16 people who have an actual first-round grade. Yeah. And then, the meteor part, if you have a first-round grade on someone, I guarantee you 𝘃𝘃's going to take a tackle. If he's the only person they have with a first-round grade, and he thinks he can plug him in at left tackle.
Okay.
I would still power rank it like 4th or 5th most likely.
I'm not crossing it off the list, though.
But I would say it's not like as unlikely as a quarterback probably in the first round.
Yeah. You can eliminate quarterback, you can eliminate running back, you can eliminate tight end.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And linebacker, I think you
linebacker
can
and
eliminate
safety.
linebacker.
Let's put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter poll this morning. After what 𝘃𝘃 said yesterday, where he seems to have filled the slots for his offensive line, given the departures, there's been some movement now. Would you be surprised if they still drafted an offensive lineman with their first pick in the 2025 NFL draft, which is now less than a month? Are we less than a month away? If today's April 1st, LOL, April Fool's Day, totally forgot about that.
Tiger got everybody.
What do you do?
Said that he was playing the Masters.
Oh.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's mean.
Who cares? You can't win it anyways. If it was 2005, I'd be like, yeah. You can't win.
It's April Fool's.
I know.
Do you?
So overrated.
You started arguing it like it was actually something he was doing.
Such a 70s thing.
April
right?
Fools.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Isn't it?
He's like 8. He's like 8 years old.
Who?
Tiger, for pulling that.
Yeah.
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 He woke up this morning giddy too, right? Like in the days leading up. Tiger just has nothing else. He's got something else going on in his life right now.
He would like that to remain private.
Correct. Please respect his privacy.
Respect his privacy.
That was a dad joke, though, wasn't it? Like a corny dad.
Yeah,
I'm playing the Masters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you said he got people.
Oh yeah, he got me.
You care if he plays?
Yeah.
Nah, nothing.
What you would watch? I would watch. That's the
old
barometer.
guys on the first tee that think, move on, for crying out loud.
They're asked to do it.
I don't care.
Jack's not saying,
Turn it
please
down.
put me out there.
Please let me do the ceremonial tee
This
shot.
honor me that just goes on and on and on. Can we get someone new in there?
Do you feel the same way about Aaron Rodgers?
We're getting close.
But we're not there yet.
I don't.
The ceremonial tee shot is part of the tradition at Augusta. They added Tom Watson a couple years ago.
Because the one guy died. Right?
Yeah, Arnie died. Yeah.
I'm not big on the honor me. I just not a fan.
Isn't it different when you're asked to do it as opposed to foisting it upon everyone else?
I get asked to go somewhere every year, and I say no.
Yeah, it's because you don't want to go anywhere.
Because you don't like people.
Yeah.
No, it's not that.
Would you want to go to the most perfect and beautiful golf course on Earth? Yeah, I'd like to do that. It'd be a nice way to spend my week.
For free?
I don't think they're paying.
You think the sharks out there paying for stuff?
Well, he might have to.
Yeah, that's true now.
I don't know. I'd rather see Ernie Els.
Hey, that's an
He
awkward
played- he never
conversation,
won
though,
the
isn't it?
Doesn't matter.
You go from not having to pay to having to pay. Who has that conversation? How do you do that? How do you broach that? Hey,
Oh, they
you've
love
been
that.
on the Masters bill for the last, I don't know, decade or so, but now we're going to have to charge you.
Like, who's this New Zealander or whatever?
Player.
Oh,
Gary.
Gary. Oh, he's South African.
Annoys me to the nth degree. Annoys me.
Yeah, he annoys everybody.
It's kind of
You
his
know
thing.
why? Because he's a look at me.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
If I have to see him punch his abs anymore, I'll punch him in the
He's
nose.
annoying to the nth degree. Jeez,
I mean, he's going to hit his tee shot. He's going to kick his leg up in the air.
Great.
Like he's Molly
Yay!
Shannon's character from
Wonderful.
SNL.
God.
How the fudge did we get here?
I have no idea. But it shouldn't shock anyone.
Fools, Tiger Fool.
There it
game.
is. Yes,
Gabe
thank
started
you.
it,
Then
though.
we started
I was
talking
on
about
track.
golf.
That is on me. You brought up
Yes.
April Fools, and I was pissed
Tiger
off
got
because
him.
Tiger
I
got
was
me.
Fair enough.
dead nuts on it.
You
Yeah.
did a very good job on the
Yes.
offensive line.
I pulled you off, and I jumped off, and I pulled you with me.
You
too.
did.
That's on me. I'll take responsibility. Hold me accountable.
Jimmy Haslam. We got